All right, we're live right there, waiting for Instagram to go live. All right, look like we're live on the Gram. The Gram. Good evening, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. You know what time it is? It is Thursday. So we talk about the money game, the book. Bara. If you don't have it, brothers and sisters, get your copy today. Get it right now. Go to TheMoneyGameBook.com. Got 2 free gifts for you. Then the second page, you order the book. This book is unique. It's not just about the money game from a generic standpoint, from a general standpoint, for the masses of the people, for the general public. No. This is the money game, so black people can win and dominate. So if you're not concerned about the money game, if you're not black, don't identify yourself as black. If you don't want to win, and if you don't want to dominate, that book is not for you. It's not The Millionaire Next Door. No. It's you and I wanting to play the money game as black people in America to win and dominate. So what we do, brothers and sisters, we come to you on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, just to give you a little sneak peek into the book, right? It's like a trailer to a movie. It's like a preview to a book, right? It's like a commercial for a product or service. So we give you an insight. We give you the peek into this book, over 200 pages, right at 201 pages. No fluff, right? We don't have any fluff there. We got pictures to take up space. All words, all information that you and I need as black people for my 40-year journey on this, in this space of wealth, of getting rich, getting the bag, investing, real estate, stock market, network marketing, entrepreneurship, sales, marketing, metaphysics, training, personal development, you name it. That's been the past 40 years of my life, brothers and sisters. So that's something that you want to, definitely tap into, participate in, and be a part of, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a collective effort. It's going to take all of us getting together, having like-minded but different experiences that we can bring together and leverage, right? You hear about shortcuts and hacks. That's the number one way, the number one opportunity for us to have shortcuts, to have hacks, to make up of the gap, the wealth gap, social gap, equality gap. Is for us to come together and put our human resources, intellectual resources together so we can rise up together. There's 40 million of us, black Americans here in America, that we need to leverage that experience, that common experience, right? So that's what we want to talk about tonight, but I want you to go to TheMoneyGameBook.com, TheMoneyGameBook.com. Get you 2 free gifts. I got free gifts for you that can help us, because this might be a new idea, a new concept, and something's new that we don't quite understand. We have a lot of questions, and we hesitate to make a move. So that's why we're doing these live Zooms, live socials, right? These live broadcasts, if you will. So I can share with you a peep into what my 40 years has been. It's only a peep. But if you get on that list, if you go to TheMoneyGameBook.com, get on that list, get the 2 free gifts, and then that way we can communicate. We can stay in contact with each other. Okay? So get this book. Have a lot of good information in here, not just information, ideas and concepts. It's ideas and concepts that make a difference, not just information. Somebody has to take the information, put it into ideas, put it into concepts that can then be implemented and can be manifested and come alive and that we can experience those ideas and those concepts. If not, they're just abstract. All right. So we have to take it from ideas and concepts, implement it into our lives so it can become real. All right. So just want to take a little something out of here. Get it, read the back. Good. We have a Black Economic Pledge in here that you can take. You can read it to your children. They can take Black Economic Empowerment Pledge on page 193. Page 190, 192, you have your resources. All right. So real quick, don't want to spend too much time because, thanks to social media, has a lot of pluses and a lot of minuses. Thanks to social media, people's attention span have shrunk, right, dramatically. So don't want to be too long on this live tonight. All right. So chapter 13, you saw it in the title, chapter 13, 8 things, what does it say, you must focus on. 8 things you must focus on. 8 things you must focus on. That can be found for those who have it. That can be found on page, here it is, chapter 13, page 121. Students, turn your books to page 121 in chapter 13. All right. So 8 things. And very simply, brothers and sisters, and especially in the time in which we live in right now. Right? Everything is so negative. The problem, what's wrong, right? And then society, through the news, through the media, just bombards you with the negative. Very few times do they ever tell you about or focus on the solution, right? So focus. So the number one of the 8 things you and I must spend 80 to 90% of our time on is the solution. 10% on identifying the problem, 90% on solution. Especially we as Black people in America, because our our problem is dramatic. Our problem is big. Our problem is vast. Our problem is 400 years and multi-generational. We have generational curses on top of curses on top of curses. And somebody in our family, somebody's, more than one person, right? And we have to chip away at this layer of negativity. So the number one of the 8 things we must focus on right off the top is the solution. What is the solution to whatever your specific problem is? My specific problem is. Our specific problem is. See, when you focus on the solution, brothers and sisters, you find hope. You see a light at the end of the tunnel. You start, that's the first step of empowering yourself. You have to see the solution. You have to focus on the solution. You may not see it, but you have to focus on the solution. What is the solution? And part of that is knowing that some have had worse than you, worse than me. But unfortunately, nobody has had worse than Black people, children of descended slaves in the history of the world. Nobody has had it worse than us. So we have to go in with the knowing. As I said in my email, if you're on my email list, you got my email that stated, with God and belief in yourself. That's all you need. And the thing that has got us this far, brothers and sisters, has got us through slavery, has got us as far as our strong faith in God. No matter what you call it, Yahweh, God, Jehovah, Allah. There's only one God, goes by many names due to different languages and time of history. Very simply, that's it. Right? So solution. If you open up your mind, and I experienced this in my life, if you open up your mind for the solution, to receive the solution, you'll be surprised, or maybe you won't be surprised, how ideas will come into your mind, how God will direct you to here and there, to pick up this book, look at this video, get on this stream, right? Listen to something. It'll just direct you and guide you to get the pieces that you need to answer the problem, the question to the problem. to answer, to give you, to give me, to give us the solution. Just imagine if everybody within your circle, all your friends and family, whenever you all got together socially, it was talking about what can we do? How can we increase? How can we solve the problem? Or how can we level up? How can we take our generation to the next level? Those are the kind of conversation around money that has to be normal in order for us to win and dominate. Can't be just when you go to a conference. It can't just be when you go to the family reunion. They might have something to discuss about, generational wealth. But that's talking about it. Talking about it is the beginning, not the end. So just because we talk about it, that's not enough. We got to be about it every day. That has to become who we are. That has to be a part of who we are. Do, be, and have. Do. You got to do something. Then you do it enough, you be it. And when you be it, you'll have it. You don't have it before you be it. So if we focus on the solution, God will show us and uncover and display and share with us if we're true to the solution, to finding the solution and sincere in our heart for finding the solution. And I guarantee you, without a doubt, the solution will form itself. It will come towards you. You will draw it towards you. You will attract it towards you. The law of attraction. You will draw it towards you, but you got to open up your mind to focus solely on the solution, because the whole world wants to focus on the problem, to scare you, to take away your hope, to take away your self-esteem, your self-actualization, the ability to believe in self, that you can actualize what it is that you want. That's what self-actualization means, to make actual, to make real, to bring into existence. That's what you want, what you desire, what's in your best interest. You can't do that in fear, talking about the problem. Then you talk to your friend. Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? There was a shooting. And what about Donald Trump? What about this, that, and the other? It's going to be negative. Then talk about the economy. But then 90% you talk about, okay, then what can we do? What are the experts saying we should do? That's what has to be done, brother and sister. Solution, 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 solution. The definition of entrepreneurship that I learned over 30 years ago was entrepreneur is someone who identifies a problem, then solves the problem and gets paid for it. Identifies a problem, creates the solution or solves the problem and get paid for it. So an entrepreneur has to focus on the solution. And you only look at the problem often enough or long enough or frequently enough to determine what the solution, to tweak the solution, to adjust the solution, to make modifications to the solution. But it's not to dwell and have a wareth thou me, wareth thou us. Ain't nothing going to happen. That has to stop. There's no way you can win and dominate focusing on losing, focusing on loss, focusing on lack, focus on what's not going right. You'll be playing the money game, focusing on not to lose. All right? So that's what we talk about in this book. That's what you'll discover, just one of the 8 things that we must focus on if we want to win and dominate. The first one is solution. So brothers and sisters, don't hesitate. Get this book. It's not like 99.9% of any other book that you've ever read about money. I guarantee you that, because it's written specifically to meet that objective. And not just to meet it just to sound good, but meet it because that's what my life journey has been in the money game, to win and dominate. That's what it has been. It has been a culmination of things that's pertaining to money and not pertaining to money. And I sprinkled that all through the book. But you can get a peep I'll give you a peep on these lives Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But if you go to TheMoneyGameBook.com, TheMoneyGameBook.com, and just give me your name and email address, I'll give you 2 free gifts. One is an audio called The Money Game. So you can start wrapping your mind around the idea. What is the money game, Daryl? And what do you mean by the money game? Just like I can use the word freedom. You say, okay, I know what the definition of the word freedom is, right? That's a starting point. But better is for you to ask, Daryl, what do you mean by freedom? Right? So that audio will give you an opportunity to get your idea, get your mind around what I mean, what I say, the money game, and then you can see what resonates with you. And then the second one is we're going to have real soon a Zoom call where you can ask me any questions you want about the book, about the concepts, about the ideas in the book, but more importantly, how to use it. How to use it, take it out of ideas and concept form and put it in a practical, tangible, actionable form. Because that's where the rubber meets the road. Okay. So that's what we're going to have here pretty soon. We just need 24 more signups. 25 more signups. 25 more signups. We would have reached our goal of 100. And then we can have the Zoom. Because out of that 100, you'll get 5, 10, 15% on average. So 15, 20 people, that's enough to start the movement and the going direction that we want to go in. Because this is more than just a book. By Allah, God's grace, I can make this a movement. Right? I can spend the next couple of years of my life pushing this out, pushing this idea, this concept, so it can be part of a bigger conversation about the money game, so Black people can win and dominate. Go get your free gift. Get on my list. We're putting together a network of like-minded people. This will be the first Zoom of many, and more of ideas surrounding the money game, so Black people can win and dominate. All right, so that's it. About 20 minutes. That's good. We want to keep it short and sweet and to the point. So go to TheMoneyGameBook.com. Get your stuff. Get on the list. God willing, we'll see you Saturday. Oh, big announcement. If you missed it Tuesday, big announcement. I will have my own YouTube show. Once again, this will be the second time. I had it started about 9 years ago, ran for about 4 years or 5 years or something like that. We did 154 episodes of Black Wealth Empowerment. You just Google and see how many top sitcoms, how many episodes have they had, and very few, if hardly any, would have had 154 episodes. That's shows. And you just look at, we had them every week. So you divide that by 4 and look how many years that we did that. So coming up, God willing, in May next month, coming up, we're going to have our show. It's going to be called The Money Game Show, right? It's going to be live. It's going to be on Closing the Gap Broadcast Network. Closing the Gap Broadcast Network, broadcast on YouTube. So go to YouTube right now. Go to Closing the Gap. Find it. Subscribe. Hit notifications. We're going to come on the 2nd and the 4th Sunday around 6 o'clock. You get more details later, but stay tuned, brothers and sisters. We're going to have guests and all that good stuff. So we're going to have some fun because it's time. As the economy is going down and getting worse and worse, we need, for those of us who have the consciousness and awareness of our surroundings, we have to blow the horn. We have to blow the whistle, right? Because time is drawing near. America has to pay, right? And we don't need to be caught just because we don't want to know. All right. So be on the lookout for that information. Those on my email list, you'll definitely be the first to find out the particulars about it. It was on Closing the Gap last week. They had a great show, 2 hours. Go check it out, brothers and sisters. But be looking forward to that show twice a month so you can come and participate. We're gonna have live call-ins on the telephone. Oh man, this is gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. All right. That being said, we'll see you Saturday, God willing. And as always, I'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you and your family, our community, deserves your very best. Till next time,